Red Room.
6 million stories in the streets. Nigga don't hustle, don't eat.
Nope.
I swam with the sharks and danced with the freaks. Got coke from the Cubans and smoke with the chiefs. Repeat.
Live on stage, that sound.
Orlando!
So, if they ready, that sound.
Orlando!
You know?
What's going on, party people? What is going on? This is the Sound of Orlando show. This is your boy Rome. And, first thing I want to do before we get started tonight, I know it's an early episode. Shouts out to everybody tuning in. I want to big up my girl, Sam Moses from Independence, Missouri, who sent this down to me. We were talking about Humpty Hump and the passing of Shock G and all that energy. And you know, she asked me what size I am, and I'm like, okay. She recently copped a shirt from the Soul Show, and she's like, hey, I want to send you something. I didn't know what she was going to send me, and I get this in the mail today, and I'm like, man, this is beautiful. This is dope. Made my day. Thank you, Sam, for hooking a brother up all the way from Missouri, man. Shouts out to you and your whole movement. Like I said, welcome to the Sound of Orlando show. This is your boy Rome. And, these kind of episodes always make me feel like, man, this is why we do this. This is why we're doing this. I have the pleasure of bringing on a couple brothers, which I completely have enough respect for. They've been doing their thing in the city for so long. One of them I've literally grown up with. And I've watched him grow over the years. He continues to just outdo himself, reinvent himself, and continuing to grow. When you hear people say, nah, man, I'm never going to change. Well, this brother ain't one of them. He's one of those people that actually goes out there and ain't afraid to grow, ain't afraid to be who the fuck he is. And I just love that, man. I love that about him. I think that's what's a part of the story of our city. And, and my man, I met when I came back from Kansas City. And, man, it was just, I loved his energy. I love his seriousness for what he does. Reminds me a lot of what I grew up being around all my life, the competitive spirit, the idea of taking this thing of ours very seriously. So, whenever I get a chance to have brothers like these come on, and they're representing our city, our story, and our sound, I'm like a little kid, man. It's Christmas. So let's begin by introducing the real, representing the East Side. Like I said, we're not going to just tell one story. We're going to tell all the stories, okay? Shout out to my South Side. Shout out to my West Side. Shout out to the North Side of Orlando, the ORL, the City Beautiful, the place that I grew up on, the place that I continue to want on my back and on everyone else's back of how dope this city is and how many people are dedicated to the culture that we love so much and pushing that culture forward. So without further ado, let me bring on my brothers from another mother's, okay? My man's Red Eye. And he knows I call him Vaughn forever. He's always going to be Vaughn to me. Ruff, a.k.a. Rex. Let's bring on the people them. Let's go. Welcome to the show. Red Rum in the house.
What's popping?
What's going on?
What's popping, Rome? How you?
I'm doing all right, man. I think the show's going to go even better this time. I was just joking with Red Eye. I said, last time he was on, you reminded me of how blasted I've been in my life. And it was a great reminder of what that looks like and what I looked like to other people when I was that bad. You always been the calm, collective. Shout out to my Capricorn brother, V. He just continues to Capricorn every time I see him. I'm reminded of how crazy I am when I'm around the calm, collected brother. My brother, Rex. What's good? Welcome to the show, man.
Hey, man, we just working, man. We just working. Man,
well, that's being modest. Shit, y'all out here doing these damn Quentin Tarantino movies with rap lyrics on them, and it sounds so us in a lot of ways. And for me, like when I see what you guys are doing, I see the hard work that you guys are putting in. It's just like I said, what a great look for the city that we live in a time right now where there is no pressure to try to compete or be what everybody else is trying to be currently. It's actually liberating when you actually boil everything down or reduce it down to a great. This is like what we're supposed to be doing.
It's real. It's real. One of the things that we keep getting, both of us, from different people is just keep doing exactly what we doing. Like, don't change. Don't try to make it be nothing else. Just do this right here. There's a space for this. Whereas before, a level of conformity was necessary for acceptance. Right. But now it's, there's a million people that fuck with exactly what we fuck with. So
man, talk about that shit, bro. Did you think you lived long enough to spend that money? You fucking hump. Shout out to King of New York. I always love that. I always love saying that. Shout out. But that's amazing thing that you can live long enough to see that money being spent. What say you, Red Eye? Your eyes ain't that red tonight. Let's go.
Man, we working. We got this show with you, and then we got work right afterwards. So
man,
it never rains.
Now, before we get into the world premiere, which I'm completely honored that you allowed me to share this world premiere with my audience and the people that tune in. But let's talk about what was the mindset of going into this particular project. This is your sophomore. You guys been together for a few minutes now. What was the energy? What were you looking to do, or what were you looking to express for this particular project? Any one of y'all can take that.
Yeah, right.
Shit, I mean, we just growing, man. We still trying to find that right vibe. We hooked up with my man Nickel Plated. It was actually starting to be an EP, and then we just rolled with it into an album. And we working. At the end of the day, it's all work. We're just working on crafting a dope mix.
Right. Sonically, from what I've heard, shout out to Hollywood.
Word.
Hollywood, my man is. I mean, he's always got that baby face, so he's always gonna feel like my little brother. We'd probably be 70 years old and he still feel like my baby brother. But that man has got some ears on him, don't he?
Definitely. Wood is the glue to the sound, and not only like with his ear, but with his knowledge, because he was able to direct me in the path on which way to take the studio to upgrade it. To make it better, because we didn't, we actually went back and kind of rebuilt the setup after we seen what the result was on Lucifer Effect. And it was like trying to outsource studio time and the type of facility that we want to work in. It's just, it's not a sustainable thing. So it takes away money from a lot of things. So we said, okay, we just gonna put the money into our own spot. And so all the mixes were done in-house. We didn't go
speak about that for a minute. Shout out to all my fellow gearheads that are interested in nerd and geek shit like this. I say that humorously because, like many of y'all, I'm a damn nerd when it comes to machines myself. Just speak about, if you can, what went into your upgrade, and what did you make sense of going from where we came from to where like you're saying, you updated it for what you needed to go moving forward?
Well, they got, everybody uses Pro Tools or Logic for the most part, and they mix inside the box. And what I mean by that is that they're just, in their house, and they record into their computer, and they're doing everything inside the computer, and then they're saying, okay, this sounds great, and they bounce it, and now that's what you're dealing with. You're inside your box.
Right.
That's not the way we approached it. The way we approached it was we recorded and then we came outside the box to an analog console. That's called summing. So we got the warmth back on everything by being able to come out of the box, back through the board, and then reprint. So it's like using it as a tape twice. And then Hollywood found some other shit, Harrison Mix Bus Console. So it's a whole nother interface, a whole nother app where now we're taking these tracks after we print them, bring them back. We're not going back to Pro Tools at that point. At that point, we're leaving Pro Tools. We're going into the Harrison Mix board. That's the same board that Quincy was using on Thriller and them type of big records. So it's a different sound than SSL stuff. And we end up in the Harrison environment. And from there is where we did our final outputs. And Hollywood is just on some other shit. The path to where we started and where we ended is not just working inside your laptop, going back to an analog world and then ending up back in a digital environment at the end.
Well, all y'all motherfuckers need to start figuring all that shit out, man, because for me, I'm right there with you, bro. Like, at the end of the day, like, I grew up analog. I love plugging things in and plugging, running things through several things to get to, and I believe that is just as important as the sound coming from it. And I think that's a beautiful way of approaching it, because sometimes the digital world does get a little easy. If you could make something in the box and damn near mix it, finish it, and go about your day, it doesn't require so much time. But like you said, that Harrison, big up that Harrison shit.
It doesn't, but look, Rome, you could do all of that in your box if you want to, and it sounds good amongst, like, you could be the giant, the tallest midget.
Right.
Or you can compete in the real world. And what we did was, and say, we're going to find a place where we could live
a balance, right,
and still be able to compete with the people who's using big facilities. If you're in your little box, that's where you're going to be. And it could be great on that level.
Right.
But that's not where we're trying to live. When somebody plays our record, we don't want it to be making excuses for the record before it even comes on. Oh, we didn't really get to do this, or we didn't really get to do that. We just went all the way. Everything that we did is we just went all the way. You know what I'm saying? You only get one chance. So that's how we approached it. We're not playing in the G League. We're not competing, and we're not playing in the G League. Everything you're doing, you should measure it against any major label released or artist, the top artist in the genre or whatever. It's not. We're not working in that space. We're trying to do something, great. You know what I'm saying? Not just get it done because everybody and their moms got a little Pro Tools rig in their house, and that's not gonna get it done.
This Go Sit Your Ass Down Somewhere moment has been brought to you by my man Rex. We believe in you. Shout out to Harrison, because I was put onto that early. I didn't see what the advantages were outside of just what the sound was capable of. But man, I have been hearing stuff over the past couple of years by implementing Harris, and it's pretty damn dope.
Yeah, it just has a great sound to it. It eliminates a lot of the harshness that you get when you're doing stuff in the digital world. It just kind of brings that warmth back, man. It was like I wasn't up on it again. It's Hollywood, just as we did the Lucifer effect, and we just talked about how to improve. And he was like, yo, look, we could do this. And then from there, we've been going that route. But we also been buying some analog gear. I'm gonna keep that in the house. But we going analog and digital at the same time. So it's not just working inside the box.
You hear that, man? We want the whore and the wife. Okay, so get that through your thick skulls there, buddy. I'll be here all week. My man, Red Eye, talk about you between you and my man Rax, y'all did some amazing lyrics. Talk about what went into this particular idea of what you guys are doing, and what was your approach to from a lyrical standpoint? What were you trying to accomplish, if you will?
I mean, we just, every time we rock, we just try to, murder shit. That's basically what it is. There's really no secret. There's no, we did something different this time than we did last time. I do feel like the freestyles helped us, you know what I'm saying, as far as like trying out different cadences and rocking over different beats and different energies. But at the end of the day, it's still me and Rax. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's still a monster. See, this is the thing. It's like I can't kick no whack shit because I know he's in the other room writing some monster shit. And he can't kick no whack shit because he knows I'm in the other room on some monster shit. So it's like the
And
swords.
that he is. That he is.
He's too modest. He definitely improved on a lot of shit, and I know that he put his mind to his trying to be different every time now, and comes with different inflections in his tones. It's much different from the last album to me. He was already ill, and now he's getting into some more intricate shit going on. So it might just seem like, oh, he's just whitewashing it now because he uses all of his fucking ability to pinpoint shit when he's rhyming. Every other time you talk to him, he's like, yeah, like he can't speak. So he saves it all for the raps. But trust me when I tell you, he's definitely in there needling that shit, you know, like a fucking tablet with a stone and a hammer banging out shit. It's to me, it's a world of difference from him, Lucifer Effect, to now.
Amazing, brother.
Better when he says it.
Well, he'll be here all week, so you know, take that.
What he said.
Right. I also too, man. The combination between you guys on how you approach it. A lot of times you'll hear the back and forths, the kind of, okay, he'll drop a verse, you drop a verse, but it sounds like you guys are just very comfortable with one another, which comes through the music. Give people some insight on your guys' relationship and the ability to work together musically like that, and make it just sound so like y'all known each other for 20 decades. It sound like
we have known each other for a long time before we started rhyming with each other, though. Thank you. We worked together as director and artist and as MC and engineer for years before we started to do this. So there is a family element to what we do. And then we both got, you know, some of the same feelings about what dope hip hop or dope MCing is. I think we just agree on a lot of the shit naturally.
Right.
So there's a synergy there, and we both competitive. And I think we both understand, like, you know, people are gassed on themselves. They don't judge themselves correctly. The narcissism is incredible. I think we both got a real gauge on our own self. So he knows when he killed it. I know when I killed it. I know when I didn't. And that's the thing. We're able to govern ourselves. And then there's certain men around me and him that keep us honest as well. So shout out to the crew.
Indeed.
This Go Govern Your Own Ass moment has been brought to you by my man Rax. Once again, dropping bombs on the city. Some dude named Lakim, I don't know who the hell that is. He says, "Why is your blunt so small?"
That's because my hand's so big to smack the shit out of nigga. So that's why the blunt look little.
Right. So, you know, like, you get these crazy people on the show every now and then. Love them. Once again, too, you're talking about you're going further into the theme, if you will, of the Red Rum, and now it's, you know, you got this new tune called Mark of the Beast. So there's no assumptions. Describe what you're talking about.
I mean, everybody says they're a beast when they're getting busy, right? And the logo stamp, that's the mark of the beast. We get busy when it comes to rhyming. We beast at it. So, you know, that was really it. You always could, if you stop just for 1 second with us and just think about it and refer it back to something to do with some rhyme shit. You know, it's pure, some rhyme shit. Everyone always tried to be creative in the way they described how ill they was.
Right,
They
absolutely.
always use symbolism and things. You know, this guy's Scarface and this guy's, you know, the King of New York. Everybody makes references to things that just show extremes, and
Right.
that's all it is. You know, the mark of the beast is the REDRUM logo. Boom, here we go.
Now talk about the Messiah complex, and what is this a conceptual album, or to your point, back to what you just finished describing, is it just another way of saying the God complex?
Well, you know, it's like we got this platform, so we just use it to just invoke thought, and maybe some things you wasn't thinking about, you'll be thinking about now, for whatever reason it is. So it's not just, we don't just hit you in the head with like murder bars all the time. It's just like little Davinci Nuggets planted here and there, and you know, just to try to, you know, not wake you up, but just add a little bit more to it than just, you know, it was always a dope rhyme, it was a dope beat. But, you know, think about this too, you know. So like the Messiah complex is a funny thing, you know. It's like you start thinking about God level MCing. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what all MCs want to ascend to be called God level. And so it's like what, you know, that picture is associated with a lot of different things. The resurrection is one. We're definitely trying to bring the sound back, bring the fundamentals back. So, you know, it's like a complex is something that you might have. It might be an issue, you know. So it's like, it's a level of arrogance as well for us to sit here and say, yo, you know, God, we out here on the brink of God level MCing, you know. So it is what it is. That picture is what it is. You know, somebody will say that picture is the Messiah, and somebody will say that Caesar Borgia's son. It just depends on what level of information you have.
Well, I'm still trying to get over the fact that you just said Davinci Nuggets.
You know, little Davinci Nuggets.
Oh my God, this man just dropped some Davinci McDonald's on your ass. You need some Davinci Nuggets?
Yo, we even did some ill shit like you play the album backwards, it's gonna say something to you.
Man, bro.
You know what I mean, just to have some fun with it. It's like you could do things when you dope with it. I think you could. There's a lot, like when you DJing. There's 1,000 ways you could approach cutting the record because you just know what you're doing. So it's boring now for you to just do it regular. So we're not just going to spaz on you with the beat, spaz on you with the rhyme. We might even put some secret code shit in there for you to check out. You might take you 8 years to figure it out, type shit.
You hear that DJ Shu? Shout out to DJ Shu on the check-in. You know, he said, ask him about the warheads having the whole city on notice.
That's kind of a vague question, man. It's like, it's a lot of different things. Look.
Well, look, maybe that was code. I don't know.
We had
what we doing?
We got over 7 records that made it in rotation on the radio during that era. Period.
Yes.
So,
yes.
You know what I'm saying? What we've done, it speaks for itself, and we still here. Everybody, we still here. You know what I'm saying? We just have evolved into different things, and we probably got a stronger grip on the city than we did then. We just in the shadows now.
Right. Well, I have to ask you, you know, just on GP. Shout out to my man Angus on the ghost walk over here, man. Shout out to Angus, brother. What's going on?
What's up, man?
Dude, it's everywhere, bro.
Grabbing a little behind the scenes footage here.
Last time I seen you was like in Dubai and shit. I need your plane tickets, bro. Shit. Man, but
we all here, man. We all still here, man.
I need to ask you about your directorial approach to your visuals as well. I think it stands different from a lot of the videos I see from our city, and I think it does deserve discussing because I'm definitely a fan of what the visuals and the approach that you try to come to. I don't see everyone using that approach. If you can, without going into a very deep description. Talk about some of the visuals, including the video we're about to see. What goes into you working on a video and putting it and working on it that way?
Well, when it's Red Rum, it requires assistance from brothers like you just seen right there, Angus.
Yeah, shout out to Angus.
My man, Nevertheless from Flying Junkies, you know, different cats that come out to help out because, of course, I can't hold the camera when I'm actually in the song. So,
right.
I think that just displaying our city and through just a different view, like man on the ground. We grew up here. We know where the cracks and the crevices are. We know what the real city is, not the tourism lane, but the real city where how shit really happens here. And I just show that on camera. And I think that because no one else really approaches, everybody probably think niggas go to like a glam element in their videos, and that's the space they stay in. And we just try to be true to the story that we could tell honestly. And so that's why I just try to show you the city from those eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think it's absolutely dope because I see the city in that same kind of visual. And it talks to me as one that's been here most of my life. And it's just refreshing to be able to see our city portrayed from that, even if that means that I didn't film it. Like, there's no way I can film it, but you filmed it.
We used to walk. We used to go downtown.
Right.
And we would walk, and you would see everybody on the street in the corners. It would be a flood. You would do things on your feet. You would see it from those eyes. And that's where I try to shoot it from. Like, you know, coming up is when we was moving around and we would see things you see from a point of view, and it's like from your feet. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I try to show our shit, you know, just from a ground level. Even though we do a lot of aerial shit, it's still like when you look at the landscape of shit, it's like it's the way you would see it on your feet.
Well, I think that's the segue into the world premiere video. If you can, both of you, I would like you both to introduce the video.
World premiere, Red Rum, Mark of the Beast. We live here on the Soul Show. Get in tune, Nickel Plated, the whole crew, AOD.
Word.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Shout out to Live Wire. Shout out to Gamma. Shout out to Flying Junkies. Let's go.
Let's go. Breaking news, world premiere, brand new video.
Hey, yo.
Breaking news never stops.
Turn this motherfucking sound up, man. Blast this is turn the whole this up.
Red Rum.
6 million stories in the streets. Nigga don't hustle, don't eat.
No.
I swam with the sharks and danced with the freaks. Got coke from the Cubans and smoke with the Chiefs. Repeat. 6 million stories in the street. 24/7 grind, my kind don't sleep. Till my name up in lights for y'all niggas to peep. It's murder in reverse.
Yo.
Mark of the
Put
beast.
niggas to sleep eternally. Once the odds blow, box me in, get shot in your whip, Camacho. Roar like sugar boogers, leaving your snot froze. Red Rum.
6 million stories in the streets. Nigga don't hustle, don't eat.
No.
I swam with the sharks and danced with the freaks. Got coke from the Cubans and smoke with the Chiefs. Repeat. 6 million stories in the street. 24/7 grind, my kind don't sleep. Till my name up in lights for y'all niggas to peep. It's murder in reverse.
Yo.
Mark of the
Put
beast.
niggas to sleep eternally. Once the odds blow, box me in, get shot in your whip, Camacho. Roar like sugar boogers. Red Rum.
6 million stories in the streets. Nigga don't hustle, don't eat.
No.
I swam with the sharks and danced with the freaks. Got coke from the Cubans and smoke with the Chiefs. Repeat. 6 million stories in the street. 24/7 grind, my kind don't sleep. Till my name up in lights for y'all niggas to peep. It's murder in reverse.
Yo.
Mark of the
Put
beast.
niggas to sleep eternally. Once the odds blow, box me in, get shot in your whip, Camacho. Roar like sugar boogers, leaving your snot froze. Beef with this pothead, turn to a pot roast. Social distancing skills, ills you were not close. 6 feet deep, rest in place, I will not post. Unmarked graves, anybody who got smoke, ear to ear, surgical blades to your pops throw. 50, fuck 12, got no love for Gestapos or police lovers. Suffering from Stockholm. My nigga 730 like we not home. Freestyle guillotine off the head of a cop's dome. Nickel plated Beretta plus the Glock chrome. Couldn't see eye to eye with eye. REDRUM'S.
6 million stories in the street. Nigga don't hustle, don't eat.
No.
I swam with the sharks and danced with the freaks. Got coke from the Cubans and smoked with the chiefs. Repeat. 6 million stories in the street. 24/7 grind, my kind don't sleep. Till my name up in lights, but y'all niggas repeat. It's murder in reverse.
Yo,
Mark of the
put
beat.
niggas to sleep eternally. Once the odds blow, box me in, get shot in your whip, Camacho. Roar like sugar boogers, leaving your snot froze. Beef with this pothead, turn to a pot roast. Social distancing skills, ills you were not close. 6 feet deep, rest in place, I will not post. Unmarked graves, anybody who got smoke, ear to ear, surgical blades to your pops throw. 50, fuck 12, got no love for Gestapos or police lovers. Suffering from Stockholm. My nigga 730 like we not home. Freestyle guillotine off the head of a cop's dome. Nickel plated Beretta plus the Glock chrome. Couldn't see eye to eye with eye, call it glaucoma. You in tune with the goons who rock most. Leave them slumped like they sippin', doing the walk
Hey
toast.
yo, no more Mr. Modest. Nigga, I'm the hottest. I emerge from the dark to feast on your carcass. I'm fly. You scared of heights like B.A. Baracus. I give niggas ositis like Mackay and Clockers. I roll with the mobsters like Nicky Santino. On Saturday night, I'm live than Vinny Barbarino. You niggas better slow down, Bobby Valentino. Bobby, I'm hotter than ghost peppers and jalapenos. You in the presence of a boss. My trap clicking, not to mention I'm dripping with sauce. This is fact, not fiction. Niggas try and mimic and find out the hard way. This is not a gimmick. This is Kane and Menace. You get flamed, you finished, you lame. This is not for you. Mind your business. I set fire to your village and bounce with the goods and your bitches. I came up in the jungle where it's vicious. 6 million stories in the streets. Nigga don't hustle, don't eat.
No.
I swam with the sharks and danced with the freaks. Got coke from the Cubans and smoked with the chiefs. Repeat. 6 million stories in the street. 24/7 grind, my kind don't sleep. Till my name up in lights, but y'all niggas repeat. It's murder in reverse. Mark of the beast.
Man, what is going on? That is some fire stuff, man. That is some fire stuff. Let's bring back my brother Rex and my brother Red Eye. What's going on, man? Sorry, there was a little bit of technical difficulties, but we try to make it right. The technology's got to catch up to our spoiledness now.
Right.
We're just
The video
spoiled with
was so ill, it had your show going crazy.
it. Man. But, man, I love the visuals, love the lighting, everything fit. You know, the music, the lyrics. I mean, it just all. Man, you don't came a long ass way to
Thank
Rex.
you.
You know, I think that's a good look for the city, man. Shout out to Strange Flow and my man Heist the Flow on there, man. It's just a beautiful thing to see.
Yo, they gotta look, right? They look like they should be in some shit.
Right, man.
You know, they look like they should be in some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, gotta get that co-stars in it, man.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. Quickly, just want to ask you guys a couple more questions. What do you feel now that COVID is kind of opening itself up? you know, at least in Florida. Are you guys are you guys expecting to kind of hit the floor running and start doing some shows out here? And
We would love that. We love that.
And start putting this music out in the city. We need that.
But we don't want to be responsible for anybody, you know, getting sick. It's not worth that. So
Right.
we want to make sure everything is a green light.
Right.
Because, you know, it's about health and safety first and foremost. We might do something virtually just to combat all of that, you know.
Yeah.
Thinking about doing something virtually and maybe getting with some of the other artists in the city, excuse me, and doing something virtually so that, you know, we can still interact with the fans in that way.
That'd be dope. Where can they find you guys' material? How can they reach you? Whether it's through booking shows, through hearing your music, and obviously you got the album coming out. Give dates when that's going to drop so that people could go cop that. Just where can they find you?
REDRUM AOD on all platforms everywhere. So it's REDRUM AOD.com for the website, and on all Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, everything is REDRUM AOD. We prefer you visit us on our site. You get everything there from us directly, and then, you know, if you got your preferred method of the way you take in, you know, media, then we're there as well. We got today was the premiere of the video. Mark of the Beast is available on all digital platforms now, and on May 14th, the Messiah Complex drops.
Do you hear that, people? You hear that, Orlando? The people unspoke. They're dropping some classic shit. Go out there and support Red Rum. Go to their website, redrumaod.com. Last question of the night. If you had one thing to say to the city, what would it be and why? Red Eye, you go first.
Damn, I was gonna let him speak. You got me fucked up. All right.
I love that throwback. You got me fucked up. I love that.
People could understand that, you know what I'm saying? We out here rapping for the O. The O is in good hands. You know what I'm saying? As far as the music goes, like if we're the ones carrying the torch, it's in good hands. Y'all ain't got nothing to worry about. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna put no whack shit out because he ain't gonna let me and I ain't gonna let him. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna see more of us. That's all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep working, and the music coming out, the videos coming out. We're gonna be out all over the country, all over the world. So the city's in good hands, man.
Dope. What say you?
I concur.
The Capricorn speaketh. Man, I love you guys, man. Continue to do what you're doing. You know, you got our support here. And, you know, like I said, this needs to be nonstop, man. Continue doing the grind. Continue out there pushing what needs to be pushed and telling our stories and getting out there and bringing some light to our city. We need that. We've been.
I'll tell you what, Rome, we'll be back. We got so many releases planned here in the next 90 days that we will be back.
Dope.
This is just the surface. When we drop the album, even though it's our biggest release to date, we still got something bigger than that in the clip for y'all. So just stay tuned. It's coming.
Man, you heard it. Give it up for the legendary, the one and only, cannot be duplicated or even miscombobulated into being anything other than the sound of Orlando. Give it up to my mans, Rags, Red Eye, known as Red Rum. Let's go.
Please. Thank you.
Man, that's what we're talking about, people. We're talking about our city, our story, and our sound. Man, shout out to them, man. Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight. We love y'all. It's a beautiful thing when we can talk to our city in a real way and have this representation. Their music is dope. The lyrics are dope. The visuals are dope. Go out and support your city. Go out there right now and support your city. Go to that website, redrumaod.com. Go support. Our city needs that right now. And like I said, we're coming right back here in a few minutes with a brand new episode of the Soul Show with Lady. Miz. All right, love y'all. See you back here shortly. Let's go.
Live on stage.
The sound.
Orlando.
So, is they ready? The sound.